Brian Carpenter is a movie armorer and trainer. I jumped into his class designed for actors and stuntmen.
Back right out of high school, I was determined to go into some branch of service. My mother knew somebody that was in the Navy. Through his mentorship and putting me in the right direction, I got into the private contractor community really early. When I wasn't working a contract, I'd bounce into training. See how he's pushing you away from it? Not to mention the muzzle into your leg. Right. You want to keep it like that. Nice. During this period of time, it became really obvious that there wasn't a lot of vetting that happened in the film industry. People were hired that were supposed to know, this particular skill set, but in reality they didn't. It was definitely a spot that we could fill pretty easily. How we did with submachine guns, we rang the weapon out, ringing it out, okay? Get in there and just ring that weapon out, get really tight with it. Same pretense with a handgun, okay? We're gonna ring that weapon out and we're gonna get in a really good bladed form. I fell into it oddly at first. It started off with a little securities work in the film industry. Then it worked into some technical advisory work, some script review, and then eventually it worked into armor services on set. Good, excellent.
I always liked movies with guns in them since I was a kid. My favorite movies were like old war movies like Guns of Navarone, Bridge on the River Kwai. So I grew up on like old war movies, and I always thought that was something I always wanted to do. And once I started working as an actor, I wanted to make sure I was doing it right, because I always see things wrong, or if I hear a wrong sound effects, I'm like, that gun doesn't make that sound. So I always wanted to make sure I'm correctly portraying that.
Imagine, you talk about boxing. Imagine you're about to throw a right cross, okay? And you really want to get some good pressure behind that shot. Exactly.
I started taking some training classes. I met Brian on the set of a movie that I worked on, and I said, hey, do you do training? And he's like, yeah, you should come out with us. And as soon as we wrapped, I reached out to him after a month after, and been training with him ever since.
I used to be a finance guy before. Yeah, it was an MBA, the whole thing. I went to an open audition for a supporting role in a feature film, and I got it. I was like, you know what, I'll quit my job and see what this is all about.
Choked up all the way to where the webbing of his hand is all the way up on the beaver tail or the top of the grip of that weapon, okay?
This class, how we started with this, I was working with Michael. We were working on a movie with Wesley Snipes and Anne Hesh, and there was a lot of military stuff going on. So they had an armor, but also at some point they hired Brian because we're using blanks. So they wanted someone who actually knows more about it and also lead us in how to look proper doing everything.
Threat!
Unlike the other guys, I wasn't really, this is my third time shooting. So it's a bit of a challenge, especially that he is very precise about what he wants and how things should be done.
It should just be a good, easy, comfortable trigger pull. It's a squeeze, not a jerk, okay?
It's been a lot of fun, but also you have to be focused and remember that you're dealing with lethal weapons.
So you can take your time to make sure there's no more threats out there and you holster it properly, okay?
My name's Aaron Matthews. I'm 25 years old. I got into the stunt business because of my dad. He did stunts he was a professional stuntman for 30 years, and he's still doing it. Now he's a producer and stunt coordinator. The thoughts going into this class was basically we shoot a lot of guns on set. I like to shoot guns in real life as well.
Threat!
If you do anything on camera, the odds are the world's gonna see it. So you wanna look at kind of like you can at least pretend like you know what you're doing.
On the command of threat, you'll come up to the target, you'll get a side picture and you'll fire. Boom. Then you'll immediately get a second side picture and fire again. Boom. So you work through the recoil of the gun. So here we go. Threat, boom, and right as it starts to settle back down again, side picture, boom.
Gun safety on set has obviously become a lot more important over the years. There's been accidents on set in the past. My dad has witnessed things firsthand in his 30 years career that he's seen people get killed from firing blanks on set. And nowadays you've got all these movies coming out with just guns, rockets, and bombs, and it can never hurt to be too safe and make sure everyone on set is just aware of dangers and what's happening.
Wow, that's nice. That's factory?
Yeah, it is. One of the fun things about GunVenture is we get to try out a lot of different guns. So when we were coming to this class and I knew I was going to get to shoot a little bit, I wanted to bring some of the fun guns that I've seen lately. So we shot the Springfield Armory EMP, that 4-inch gun, sweet shooting gun. What's not to like about a 9mm 1911. Fiber optic front sight, the bobbed grip, everything ran great. Now we've switched, and now we're going to pick the military's new favorite gun, the SIG P320. So this one set it up with a red dot sight. This is actually the compact version, so this is a carry gun. It could be a carry gun for you. And we're gonna see how it works. All right, they have one more drill for us today. I don't know what they have in store for us, but I think they're gonna kind of put it all together of what we've been working on so far. You know, it's the first day of a 5-day handgun class, so it's still drilling the basics, but by the time these guys get done with 5 days of shooting, they're gonna be really comfortable and really confident, and more importantly, they're gonna look the part on camera.